We talked a lot about the need to become a spiritual personality or an exclusive personality, and how, you shouldn't bully or discriminate. But, like, the way I see it, that's a difficult concept for especially the younger generations to sort of understand at their age right now. So, whether we like it or not, discrimination is going to occur. Bullying is always going to occur, no matter how much we educate, because there's just so many people out there. So I was just thinking that another way to sort of deal with, the problems that contribute towards mental health or mental illnesses is the role of communication. Like, if you're feeling such thoughts, then I think it's a more realistic sort of way to go about it for a young person, like around my age or younger, to sort of communicate how you're feeling. And, you have to have those people in your life that you can sort of talk about, these feelings, because it's hard to stop those thoughts. They'll come. And it's hard to become a non-discriminatory or a non-bullier overnight. So I think that role of communication is huge. I was just wondering what you think as well.
Of course, you can communicate with the person who bullies you, that I feel it bad. Kindly don't do like that. And you can stop bullying others.
Yeah.
That's how the game starts. Charity begins at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we cannot teach others. Only you can converse with them that when you bully or when you suppress me, I mind it. Kindly don't.
Yeah.
It hurts my emotions.
Yeah.
Right? Second, whatsoever that person does with you, you don't do with others. Very simply, you are a spiritual being.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Whatsoever others do wrong with you, don't practice that. That is called spirituality.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think...
It does not mean that you have to practice some rituals.
Yeah, no, I wasn't implying. I was more implying that the connection you have with your families or the people around you is potentially more, valuable than the relationship you have with your bully, for example. You're not be able to convince the bully's mind overnight. But if you're able to, the bully will keep bullying you no matter what, right? But if you're able to communicate and express...
But do you bully or not?
I don't think I consciously bully. I have a little brother, if that counts, but no, I'm kidding.
Okay, very simple answer. Kindly don't bully.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I think I'm a bit like Rishi, who asked bit questions. So please excuse me.
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ?
ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਬੈਸਨ.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲੋ.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ. ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ yes, I will do my best, but I got a bad habit of switching from one language to another, right? So you will find me that I'm speaking Punjabi, English, and Hindi as well, and Bihari as well at times, right? So I was basically I'm very close to Ranjit Singh, ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੁਣੀ, ਆਪਣੇ GSR ਰੰਧਾਵਾ ਹੁਣੀ ਹੈ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ. Manjeet Singh liked me, and he said, "Do you have any question?" Because he knows my habit. I got a habit of asking questions, but I wasn't really prepared to ask a question. So I'm going to basically think loud. Today we talked about topic of suicide and depression. And I'm quite old, but I won't say that publicly. I will say I'm only 16 with a number of years of experience, right? So sweet 16 with a number of years experience. But point is, when you go through different stages of life, there are times in life, you are in a different headspace. And when you are in different headspace, you get sort of different sort of thoughts. And for example, when you are in 17, 18, and for example, at teenagers' age, they fall in love. And for example, their love collapsed and they think, shit, they start to have suicidal thoughts. And I'm just trying to focus on the youngsters here, and that's my whole point. So I'll pick on my friend Manjeet Singh as well. So that is just my way of using an analogy, right? So including myself as well. And my way of thinking is that I picked up from your thoughts as well, like the physical body, the mind, spiritual side and all that. When one start to have that, close their mouth, block their nose like that for 2 minutes, basically the physical body says, the hell with you, right? I want to live. And similar way, move on to the next stage of life, in 20s and all that. We want to make money, have one veggie shop and two veggie shop and three veggie shops. Or, for example, in case of J.S. and Dawa, want to invest a lot of money in just share market and their share market, borrow zeros here. I lost that much money and feel depressed. So, and I think talking to them as well, and basically again, close your mouth and block your nose and just see what sort of feeling you have. And basically the physical body says, the hell with, tell the mind, forget about your or your money or your veggie shops and all that. I want to live. And even I had that experience first time when my friend Charanjit, I don't know, Charanjit Talom, and he's here, I think. And the thoughts which I had at the time, which I expressed as well. So I think one start to think a lot at the time. What is all going about? And for example, another thing which very well you raised in terms of our living society. So that's another thing. And I personally feel these are all frills of life or like just accessories to life. That while we are living, we're missing the skirt in a way, in this matter of my language, that basically that what's throbbing in here doesn't really matter who our father, sister, brother, and all that. That all exists by the time while we are living. And as long as this thing is throbbing, once that stops, everything stops. And very good point raised on bullying, and then from there on, I've been brought up in Punjab as well. Very good point. Talking about Sikhism is against caste system and everything. Like, we still, in today's, even as of today, we still live in a Stone Age world where our Punjab politics is based on basically Stone Age politics, where everything is established or done by caste system. We still live in a 500 years old system, and that blocks a community, academics and all that, all aside, just because you are not a Kali or a Punjabi or a Sardar, I think we're still living in that. That is the practicality of life. So, as I said, explained right in the beginning, I got a long-winded way of thinking, and I'm still thinking through the process. I'm thinking loud. So, what is my question? Question is, I think it's a very complex question, and I personally feel for these in the living world, there's not really a solution, but as long as somebody has got a different perspective and they know they got which sport to go to and at the time, that helps. And in terms of spirituality side, I think that's my real question. That's a very good thing. That's where somebody gets a solace or basically bliss in their life. Yes, and I'm completely blank in that area. You touched on that. So I think my question is more geared towards the youngsters, in the sense that they feel empty. This is a material world. Spiritual world is back in India. And I think they feel empty at times. Everything else is available from that respect. That in terms they want to take that path, what journey should they take? What is the first step, second step, and third step? So once again, I apologize that it took me a long time to get my thinking in a gear and ask the last question. So if you can answer that, that'll be much appreciated. Thank you.
ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇੱਕ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਥਾਟਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੁਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇਨਸਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੱਤ ਹਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਟੌਪਿਕ 'ਚੋਂ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਜੋ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੁਰਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ। ਦਿਸ is not back in India. This we have to practice here or wherever we live in this world. It has nothing to do with India. It has nothing to do with East or West. Very simple कि ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਫਾਦਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਦਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਸਬਿਹੇਵ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਕੈਨ ਨਾਟ ਸਟਾਪ ਮਾਈ ਫਾਦਰ, ਪਰ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਏਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਈ ਵਿਲ ਨਾਟ ਬਿਹੇਵ ਲਾਈਕ ਦਿਸ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਹੋਵੇ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਸਕੋਰਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਡੋਰਮੈਟ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਸੈਕਿੰਡ, ਕੋਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੁਲੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਬੁਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ। ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਿਬਲਿੰਗਸ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਵੱਡੇ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਮੇਰੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਆਏਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੱਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਸਰਿਸਪੈਕਟਫੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟਫੁਲ ਹੋਣਾ। ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਟਿਪਸ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ, ਐਂਡ ਇਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟ। ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਨੋ ਡਾਊਟ। ਸਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਅੰਦਰ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਆਫਟਰ ਐਵਰੀ ਫਿਊ ਡੇਜ਼ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਲਜ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਕਾਲਜ ਤੋਂ ਜੌਬ 'ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਔਰ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਔਰ ਬੱਚੇ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸਿਟੀ 'ਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਕਾਲਡ ਹਾਊ ਟੂ ਲਿਵ ਇਨ ਅਨਸਰਟੇਨਟੀ। ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ small tips ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, after you practice the very small tips of the spirituality, one learns how to face the complex situation. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੀਨੇਜ ਹੈ, ਟੀਨੇਜ ਬਾਇਓਲੋਜੀਕਲ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ I am in studies. मेरे वास्ते यह मुश्किल हो सकती है लेटर ऑन कि सो कॉल्ड बॉयफ्रेंड और गर्लफ्रेंड की गेम में फंसा के ना फंसा। सो ये सारे असी स्मॉल टिप्स डिस्कस किए हैं कि बुरा बनाने की लोड़ नहीं है, जित हार का इशू बनाने की लोड़ नहीं है, प्रेस्टीज इशू बनाने की लोड़ नहीं है। यही तो छोटे छोटे इशूज़ ने, और यही छोटे इशूज़ बड़े बन जाते हैं और we lose our balance and the situation becomes worst. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ क्वेश्चन आंसर हो गया?